Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Just a quick video. Well, it's only got 5 minutes, this little clip of video, so there you go. Okay, from the last video I did. Yeah, after doing that, I looked at a video on YouTube, only just now. And basically the bloke was trying to talk about, he's claiming that the last words of Yeshua was, my God, why have you forsaken me? And he's talking about the fact that Yeshua is trying to get people to take notice of Psalm 22, and specifically for verse 6, where he's talking about I am worm, but then it says the word worm means Tola, and Tola crimson Tola means sin. So therefore he's basically saying, okay, the Lord is talking about sin. But he's talking about the fact that your sin, which was crimson, so the colour crimson, then becomes pure as white. So therefore you go from that point. He's saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? Because he's pointing out the fact that your sin becomes white, pure. Okay. As in, you've been forgiven for your sins, blah, blah, blah. I think what Yeshua was actually doing was, again, alluding to Psalm 22, verse 6, but saying that he who was perfect, he who was white, had become Tola, sin, and that's why, for the first time in his existence, he could not feel the presence of Father. That's what I believe is the case. I mean, I believe that for years, that's what he was saying, was because of the fact he couldn't feel the presence of Father. It's because of the fact that Father can't be around sin, and because Yeshua, the sin of the world, was then upon him, so he therefore in essence became sin, that Father would have to back away from him. Well, it's not us. To sin, it's understood that we have to turn our backs on God to sin. Because we can't face God and sin. It's more the point that God can't face us and our sin. God will turn away from us. So we may very well turn away from God when we sin. That may be possible. I don't know. But it is also a case that through history, God has had to not have a relationship with his creation because of their sin. So therefore, obviously, if Yeshua, then the Son of God, then became sin, at that point in time, Father would have to walk away. Take his presence away from the Son. And imagine just how horrendously lonely that would feel. That's why in things like the Passion, when you see him cry that out, it's a real cry. It's not a cry that he's trying to get your attention to. It's a real cry and anguish. Painful cry. So no, I don't think it was just a case. I think he was actually meaning that as well. Definitely. Well, yeah, I think that is the case. I think it is relevant to Psalm 22. But it was also what he was actually experiencing at the time. That for the first time in his existence, he could not feel the presence of Father. And as I say, if you've been around Father for all that time, before creation of the world and creation of us and everything else that we see, and you felt the presence of Father during all that time, and now you can't. But now what you can feel is sin, and you've never experienced sin. That would have been far worse than all the beatings and everything else he'd been through. Yeah. I'm pretty sure that would be the case. Yeah. So there you go. And I said everything that happened in those last 12 hours was beautiful and horrendous. So there you go. You take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.